Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is the latest Halloween movie. So this is a direct sequel to the original Halloween movie and also marks the return of Jamie Lee Curtis to the franchise. Now, before I watched this movie, they released all the trailers and all the promotion. I was like, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing this movie. You know, it had a feel to it. It looked good. It looked a bit gritty and I couldn't wait to see it. I watched it yesterday morning. And I have to be honest with you, I am a little bit disappointed in this movie. I do not hate this movie in any way, shape or form, okay? There are just things in this movie which I felt like they just didn't need to be in there, which I'll get into in a minute. But the things I do like in this is Jamie Lee Curtis. There needed to be more of her in this movie. She was very, very good. She displayed everything you would expect from somebody who went through a traumatic time and spent the last 40 years preparing for this one day where she knew, I should say, he was going to escape. So she's got a paranoia, she's got anger, she's got this feel as like it is going to happen. She's trying to tell people this will happen. I've been preparing for years and years and years, and she knows it's going to happen, and it happens, and that is when it gets really, really good because she doesn't back down. She's tough. She takes the fight to him. She's not really that scared of him as such. She just wants it finished, and they could have done so much more with that part of the story, and they didn't. There should have been more of Jamie Lee Curtis and Mike Myers together because I reckon they could have done a lot with that, to be fair. That being said, Michael Myers in this, he's everything you kind of expect from, like, in past Halloween movies. He escapes, comes along and starts going on a bit of a murder spree, and some of the murders in this were a bit laughable in places and pointless as well. But other parts of this, other murders in this were actually not that bad, to be fair. I have to be honest with you. But it didn't have that creep factor to it. This movie didn't have that kind of, this is kind of chilling me a little bit, and I didn't get that sense of it in any way, shape or form, and it just lacked that. For a Halloween movie, if you consider the first one is probably one of the best Halloween movies ever made, or horror movies ever made as well, this one just lacked that creep factor to it. It might be just because it's been done so many times and you're kind of used to it, but it lacked scariness in this, big time. For me, personally, anyway. Now, going on to other things I disliked in this. So you've got 3 generations of the Strode family in this. So you've got Jamie Lee Curtis, or Laurie Strode's daughter, in this. And to be fair, I don't think she needed to be in there, to be fair, as much as she was. She didn't really do a lot, and to be honest with you, she had one part of this whole movie which lasted about 15 seconds, which is actually any good. And if you've seen the movie, you know the bit I'm on about. It's towards the end. She played it off really, really well, but that's the best part of this movie out of all of it, to be fair. The rest of it, I was just like, she's not annoying me, but I was just like, you really don't need to be there. And it's exactly the same with the granddaughter. I don't understand why the granddaughter is even in this movie, to be fair. She spends most of the time running around, and when it comes to the crunch or the end, towards the end scene, she doesn't really do a lot. And there's a love story put in with this granddaughter's kind of with the granddaughter storyline, and it just felt like she was just a little bit of filler in this. And that being said, there are other characters in this movie which I felt didn't really need to be there, to be fair, and you could have just focused more on the storyline of between Jamie Lee Curtis or Laurie Strode. I keep saying the name wrong, I do apologise, and Mike Myers. These are just a few little bugbears in this. Like I said, it lacked this creep factor for me. Whenever I go into watching a movie, if I can walk out of that movie and go, I'm entertained, it's a good movie. So yeah, I was entertained, but I was also disappointed at the same time. There were certain parts of this movie also where I found myself being a little bit bored because they were obviously filler bits, and it just didn't really work. And there's humour in this movie which worked in places and didn't work in other places. It may be me just being a bit picky, to be fair, but I stand by what I say. If they had just done more with the Jamie Lee Curtis's character and Mike Myers, it would have been a lot better movie. For me personally. That's my own personal opinion. Like I said, I do not hate this movie, and chances are I will probably watch it again. But if I was to rate this, I would give this just a 5 out of 10. only because there was a lot of filler stuff. There was stuff in there which I didn't really need to be in this movie, and they could have focused more on the main storyline between Jamie Lee Curtis and Mike Myers. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Please, feel free, tell me, put it in the comments down below. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.